We are back. Well, still not showing my weird remove from stage solo layout. All right, we see what happens when rugs happen. That it didn't even start in the right section. Although it did cut off after about 10 minutes. It seems like from last time. So, anyways, welcome back. Sorry about earlier technical difficulties. We've been unrugged, derugged, no more rug. We are back for part 2. Actually, I think everything happens for a reason. I think tomorrow's show may even turn into part 3 on this. It may bring in some people from the community to opine a little bit as well. But anyways, we're going to get back into it. I remember where I left off, and I'll edit the last video, trim out the last 10 minutes or so of just nothing going on. And again, apologies for that. But we're going to get back into it. PulseChain deep dive. Get your questions in the chat if you have any. And we're going to start back. Let me bring up the screen here. Start back at the PulseChain.com. And I think I left off, we were talking about, what were we talking about? I think we were talking about the bridge. And then what else did we get into? I want to get into PulseX and subgraphs and stuff in a second as well. But we'll just go down, let's go down to the checklist here. So PulseChain journey, we talked about origin of the PulseChain, where it came from, why it exists, what I think, and all that stuff. And then different wallets, how to talk to the blockchain, using block explorers, all those pieces as well. And then how to get PulseChain, the bridge. We haven't talked about the other ones yet. We got LibertySwap, also 0x Coast. Yeah, let's talk about them. Let's talk about how to get PulseChain real quick here too. So non-custodial on-ramp, off-ramp, and CST stablecoin for PulseChain. Oh, actually, I think I remember the last question we talked about was the stable swap on PulseX. I think I answered that question. Sorry, I lost the last questions on the chat too. So if you are joining back again, please put it back in the chat if I haven't answered it yet. Anyway, 0x Coast, your money on PulseChain, 4.9 stars. Trustpilot over here too. So on-ramp, off-ramp. You can get money from your bank account on the PulseChain. You can mint CST stablecoins and use that to buy stuff on PulseChain. So pretty cool. They got some other projects here as well you can read about. But that is one of the native on-ramps and native stablecoins you can see on PLS charts. About 10 million, about 10.5 million stablecoins minted in existence. So 10 million, pretty good number. We'll see if we can get it to 100 million in the bull market. That would be pretty cool. Also Ramp Now, but I don't think Ramp Now is still not available for US, or is it? Interesting. It was actually loading now. Did this, was there some update? Interesting. So they have euros, USD. I wonder. Okay, this is kind of new to me here. So can we do $1,000 PulseChain with Visa, Google Pay? Interesting. I have yet to try this one, but I am very interested to see how it works. And now that it seems to be, yeah, let me check their, see Ramp Now on X and see if anything changed. But let's see. 26. I haven't seen any big updates, but I'm telling you before, I did not see. Did not see that working. Interesting. So, well, again, let me know, chat, if you try this, let me know. But yeah, on the PulseChain.com website, again, bank to crypto platforms. Second one listed there, Ramp Now, and that's where, yeah, it seems Google Pay or Visa card. Yeah, I've yet to try this, but it seems to be enabled. It was not. Didn't see it enabled earlier or all this stuff too. So pretty cool. So that way, again, there's the bridge we talked about on part 1, how you can bridge coins from Ethereum over and again, access the bridge. I like to go to GoRealDeFi.com, click on big, beautiful bridge button. And it has bridge. You can select coins and assets and connect your wallet and get those coins over to PulseChain and vice versa. And there's different fees and all these things with different stuff. I think it's 0% at least to go from Ethereum to PulseChain. it may be different to going from PulseChain to Ethereum. It can change from time to time as well. So got the bridge there. What else? Gibbs Finance. So this is another one that I think you can connect your. Okay, so this one you can actually set ZK P2P. So this is something that I think this came up recently too, of how to buy with PulseChain with like through Venmo or Cash App or other popular stuff. So ZK P2P swap to ETH. Interesting. So when I click this one, so I haven't used Gibbs Finance, but I know they're listed on pulsechain.com. So that's always a great free reputation. Initial starting off, at least. I don't know if Richard's tweeted about it or not. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong if he has. But so bridge to PulseChain, so on-ramps to Ethereum. So we click this one, on-ramps to Ethereum, swap on PulseX. So swapping on PulseX, and then we got bridge to PulseChain. So if I just type in like 1 ETH, wrapped ETH on PulseChain. Yeah, I'm not going to connect wallet on this one, but yeah, it looks like the onboard, there's a swap function as well. I need to look and see if there's any Gibbs tutorials on this. And let me check on here too, Gibbs Finance. So if they have because I always like to see more, what's this? Guide mode, close, show, on-ramps. On-ramps show. Okay, let's just control the website piece. This one's disabled. Interesting. Yeah, let me know, chat, if you play with this one. I have not played with it too much. But let's see. I'm just looking at a tweet here. I'll pull this one up to give an example too. People using it. So my current route is using ZK P2P USD ETH, then bridge through Gibbs Finance to PulseChain. So yeah, so it looks like both Gibbs Finance and LibertySwap. Similarly, you can get, so this tweet, so getting USDC ETH through Venmo, Cash App. What else do they support here? So Venmo, Cash App, Revolut, Zelle, Wise. So this is pretty cool. So with ZK P2P, so I'll drop this link in the chat as well. And yeah, feel free to get the questions in and I'll get to them. I'll take a break here in a bit and get to them. So with this, you can get, so I think with this one, you need to have a little bit of ETH in. So for example, and I'll probably write some more about this as well. So check out on X, look for a post or maybe some more content and stuff coming on this. But there's already a video of a guy showing how to, I think with Cash App, go get Cash App and go from Cash App to use, to get, get Base, get USDC from Cash App into the wallet. And then from Base, then bridge that to PulseChain. So this is pretty cool. You can basically, but the only thing is you got to have a wallet. And I think as far as I know, as far as I've seen so far, you got to have some gas already, right? You got to have some gas to do like this transaction stuff with the app. But assuming you have so this may not be, there's need to be some work to make this more frictionless for people who are coming in new to crypto, don't have a wallet, don't have like a DeFi wallet or anything set up yet. But if you have, and it could be using Coinbase products, stuff like that. I don't know much about using that platform for doing this stuff, but I know they have some different, you can bridge to Base and stuff with PulseChain or send USDC to Base and all this stuff. But if they have a little bit of ETH for transaction fees and stuff on Base, then you can use Venmo, Cash App, all this stuff to get the USDC. And then assuming you already have some in your wallet to do transactions and stuff, some ETH in there, some gas tokens. And then from there, you can use LibertySwap. So once you have it in your wallet for on Base, for example, and why Base versus Ethereum? I think Base is a lot cheaper. If you look at the fees, let's see. It might not show you right now. yeah, it won't show you until you like connect wallet and log in and all that stuff. The login, I think, is just signing a transaction with your wallet. It's not like logging in with using your password or anything. It's just like a wallet-based deal. But once you have it, then you can bridge the base. So LibertySwap supports USDC on Base, Ethereum, BSC, Arbitrum, and PulseChain, and also USDT on BSC. So once you have the USDC on Base, you can bridge that to PulseChain from there. So that gives you a route, no KYC, no additional. I mean, I guess with Cash App and all the other services, there's probably KYC on those, but no additional KYC going from this platform, which lets you take, Venmo, Cash App, whatever, take that, get it onto Base, get money from that onto Base, and then go from Base to PulseChain. So that's pretty cool. And I think it's only going to get more, less friction and easier and more integrations. And I imagine LibertySwap's going to get even better with all this stuff. So you see beta right there. So like I said, we're going to, that marketing, that mega marketing, these funnels and stuff, we have to get people on PulseChain. All they need to do is know about it. So let's go. So that's a few ways to buy it. Again, the traditional method before we start seeing Gibbs Finance and LibertySwap and all these things, ZK, P2P and stuff pop up was, for example, one of the easiest ways, you're on Coinbase probably already. It's a popular crypto platform in the US at least. Get ETH, take the ETH, bridge it to PulseChain from there. So get ETH on Coinbase, take it to the bridge, use the bridge, send it over to PulseChain. Now you can buy stuff. Again, there's got to know how to use a bridge and all the different steps in between and all that. And the bridge has been made to be as easy as possible and stuff too. But I think a game changer here is being able to buy it with common apps that people use to transfer money, like Cash App and Zelle and Venmo and all those things, if they already have a wallet. Now, what can make this even more of a game changer, which I hope to see coming up, is they don't even need a wallet. It's kind of just like, hey, I'm going to go straight from Venmo to PulseChain. Like if there's a way to facilitate that, that would be super cool. Like literally, it's like, if we open LibertySwap one day and it's like, you get a drop down instead of like a base, BSC Arbitrum drop down, you got like Robinhood, Coinbase, Zelle, whatever apps people use, and you just select the app, and maybe there's like different types of selections and stuff for the app, but you just select an app, be like, I want to take money from this thing to PulseChain. Like that would be, hopefully we get some integration and some more stuff like that. That'd be super, super cool. So that's on the buying part. And then trading, we talked about PulseX in the previous one. You can start trading on there. What does more details say? It's kind of grayed out here. Okay, curious, was there more stuff? Okay, there's actually more. So NavGrass, I don't know why it's so dark on the writing here. So they also mentioned some other cross-chain swap type deals. Also, let me pull this up because I think I want to talk about this as far as LibertySwap, because there was a post by CryptoSolve, which I hope they'll come on the show sometime as well, because they make some super good informative posts. So I'll put this in the chat, and you can see a little bit how these things work. So this is how cross-chain swaps work. And this came from a thread. CryptoSolve started talking about LibertySwap continue to be the flavor of the month PulseChain, which we already had. Whilst we already posted about them recently, we wanted to go in a little bit more detail, including bridge stats, cross-chain swaps, how money flows, all this. Super, super good. Thank you so much, CryptoSolve. Always great to have people posting excellent information like this in the community. So the one I just want to talk about real quick, that just to give you an idea of how the LibertySwap stuff works. So we're aware there's more complexity to LibertySwap than we're about to detail, though we give you a very simplistic description of how cross-chain swaps work, taking some snippets from their documentation, adding context. Basic steps. Use deposits USDC, USDT funds into a contract on one chain, declaring the intent. So swap one ETH for USDC on another chain. LibertySwap solver network handles the requests. Solvers are off-chain agents responsible for interpreting users' intent and efficiently executing it across the appropriate blockchains and dApps. A contract on the receiving chain is instructed to distribute the USDC minus the fee to whichever wallet you dictated To add a small bonus layer of complexity, now that LibertySwap has added several extra token outputs, HEX, PulseX, so on, the contract can instead take the USDC, instigate a swap through Pitius, and then these tokens end up in your wallet. Cool. To then train out, all you do is deposit the coin to one contract on the blockchain and receive all the coins on the other end. Given the significant net flow of tokens in the PulseChain, this means there are large sums of USDC to USDT being deposited in the LibertySwap contracts in a variety of blockchains, and large sums of USDC, sometimes swapped into other things in the way your wallet, exiting a contract on the PulseChain end. LibertySwap's contract PulseChain must have a constant supply of USDC to spit out. So how they achieve this? Let's dig into the actual money flow. So we'll talk about, we'll check the money flow on this one too. How they get a constant supply of USDC for the PulseChain contract to distribute. Simplistically, they spend a lot of hours of the day shuffling money between blockchains to meet demand. This all ends up having to go across the native bridge in the PulseChain and then continually refill their contract with USDC. It's why we find bridge flows are the best indicator of net inflow in the PulseChain through LibertySwap. Below is just a small snapshot of regular daily activity, bridge in, add liquidity contract, repeat ad nauseum. Wow, pretty interesting. Graphically, the whole process can be represented below. The various contracts on multiple chains are regularly part emptied, funneled via a multitude of bridges and other cross-chain swap protocols into their main Ethereum address, bridged in, and the liquidity out of their contract on PulseChain. So we just take the address. So we'll just go to Etherscan. We can take the address and see. So 2 hours ago. Okay, this one doesn't show much ETH. Terminal transaction, token transfers, amount, 31. Okay, so this is USDC. You can see the different USDC. Getting bridged, hitting the PulseChain bridge here. Pretty cool. You can also see if you go to Arkham, you can probably see this transaction over here. It's one of my favorite ways to look at the bridge and see different stuff on PulseChain. So this is the PulseChain bridge on Arkham. And if you scroll down and we go inflow and sort by USD value, what was that, like 30,000 or something? Let's do to 31,000 or 32,000. We can probably see all those transfers. So 2 hours ago, so 31. Okay, some of these are 29, 31. A lot of them are 31, 18 hours ago. Yeah, so should be able to see 10 hours, 18 hours, 31. Yeah, looks like a few. Is that the same? Was it DB8AA? DB8AA, yeah. So pretty cool. So you can see a different view and also sort and look at big transactions and stuff on PulseChain bridge coming in and out as well. On this one, see the different stuff it's holding. Just another view into that. So I really like Arkham because it's got a lot of different cool features and stuff for that. So pretty cool. And then on PulseChain, you can go to GoRealDeFi.com. Look at the Explorer here. Oh, I was also going to show Midgard here. Another great Explorer. A lot of great Explorers out there, but we'll do the official Explorer first. And I can show you the difference on Midgard. And let's see token transfers, and this is going out. Okay, let's use Midgard so we can see a bit better here. But we can see a lot of the USDC coin going out there. You've got 16,000 USDC in it right now. Let's go to Midgard, not Widgard, Midgard, midgard.wtf. Let me post the address so I can lose in the copy and paste, and I'll post Midgard in there as well. Address is here. PulseChain, do you feel like you're learning? You're learning some stuff? And post the address. Let's go to that address. And we can see transactions. Let's go to internal transactions. We should be able to see the USDC from there. And there we go. 100 and let's see. So looks like it's running through the Pitius router. 130 million PLS. So yeah, doing a bunch of stuff with Pitius. And then token proxy, interesting. Also want to look at this on, there's also the OtterScan, which is the other. So there's two official PulseChain block explorers, OtterScan and the, oops, that's not the one. And the just scan, was this a Block Scout? This is the Block Scout fork. Yeah, you can see Block Scout down here. Check for update, backend. Yeah, Block Scout. So this is the Block Scout fork. And there's also OtterScan. Let me copy this address again. And then go over. Here's OtterScan. Okay. So we type it in here too. I like the way that they break down the different flows with this one. So let's see. Was that the 10? Yeah. Okay, tokens transferred 254. I want to look at the one where they're using Pitius. This one? Yeah, so it must be this one. So this is the one where, so the 130 million, yeah, 1, 2, 3. So 256, 905, 130. So 130 million PLS going through Pitius. And so is that what they were taking USDC and buying PLS? Because we ended up getting that much PLS transferred into there. Okay. So is that what happens there? They bridge over the 30-some, like the 30,000. 30. Let's go to Pitius real quick too. So you can take a look and see the best DEX aggregator. This is where, so on PulseX, you can make trades on PulseX, of course, but a lot of people use aggregators to do trades. So they'll just, Pitius is the most popular, well-known one that will often give you the best deal on trades. So instead of using PulseX directly or whatever DEX where the liquidity pools sit natively, you can use an aggregator. There's a bunch of different ones around, I think, but yeah, the most popular, like I said, is Pitius. So shout out to them, doing a great job out there. I just want to do a calculation of USDC, how much 30,000 buys. I want to say around 130. No? Well, was that 3,000? That doesn't make any sense. We're going back. I may just be reading this wrong. How much was going in? 4,000. So transfer 130 million. Is this not a trade? Maybe it's not a trade then. Okay. Anyways, I don't want to read it on the fly because I don't know. Yeah, that's a method call of something. But it's interacting with Pitius, isn't it? Or is this PulseX? Yeah, Pitius router. Okay. Yeah. You light mode. Red Squirrel says. Scan that PulseChain box. Is that a new one? PulseChain box. Scanned up PulseChain box. Yeah, anyway, I'm not going to keep spending time on that one. Let's check out Red Squirrel said. There's a scanned up PulseChain box. I assume Block Explorer there as well. Anyways, you hopefully get the point of well, we're trying to look and see the different pieces that they were using on PulseChain and Ethereum. Let me finish this real quick and I'll go back to that one. So long story short, they still have a lot to do. The painful bridging, shuffling of funds, the background that users get to avoid. Quite a number of challenges that come with the system. Let's explore more. Challenge is the big one. They're constantly chasing the flow of capital to ensure the funds are in right contracts, delivering transactions. So that sounds like there's some manual effort behind all this, but hopefully it will be automated in the future as well. Let's see, it's 29K in pulsing contract, given 30-minute bridge time from Ethereum. You just started the Scivive. So yeah, so that I do remember the other day they're like, oh, we're having trouble filling because so much usage and stuff too, which could be, yeah, the PulseChain contract super nice to pay them chips refill by moving funds contract Ethereum. Yeah. What happens when it runs out of money? Delays mostly swaps will be executed till the funds have been moved across bridges and private contracts to the utility. Okay. How do you solve this? Most cross-chain swap protocols, the liquidity crunch problem is typically solved by giving users the opportunity to deposit assets in various contracts, some sort of yield. Okay, yeah. Other option, find an entity willing to put up a massive chunk of liquidity themselves. Never know. Well, I'm sure maybe some wells and stuff will step up and some of the onboarding pieces in time as well. In either instance, it's any move capital around with money flowing. Okay. Other similar protocols also likely rely on a relatively balanced flow of capital. How about the problem? Like LibertySwap and LibertySwap is predominantly one-way PulseChain onboarding tool. Its balance currently doesn't exist. Okay. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I just want to give you an idea of that piece. Sorry, I can't dig into the transactions that much right now. Where are we at? But I do want to move on to hopefully it's working right now. It's not popping up for some reason. Let me try to refresh this one for a sec too. And that was working. Scan.pulsechain.box. Oh, it can't be that one. Can't be. Oh, somebody owned the .pulsechain.box. I guess it can be, but not popping up for some reason. Squirrel, let me know. Unless it could just be, let me try to refresh this one real quick too. Anyways, I could try it, but don't want to. Hopefully don't get rugged again on this one. Okay. Let's go back to PulseChain.com. So there's also all bridge, so Tron to Ethereum, different bridges, cross-chain swap stuff here as well. And then let's see, give me one sec. Talking a lot, need fuel. I think what else on PulseChain? So one thing I wanted to show was subgraph stuff. So is anybody familiar with subgraphs? I think they're pretty interesting tech. I don't think a lot of people know about them. I've covered them before on the show, but it's basically a way to, simply get, like, help devs not have to query stuff all the time, and be able to index data and just make things faster. And so, like, without subgraphs, you got to connect to a node, call a contract to get all different stuff, and then like keep updating the data, all those pieces. With subgraphs, you can write queries against the data. So I'm gonna get pretty technical for this part, but I just want to show you, like, when people talk about subgraphs and why they're important and why PulseChain has them and all this stuff. You can go to, so I'll just put this in the chat. It's on the dev spec over here as well. Actually, yeah, let me pull this. So if I click on devs, I'm pretty sure they talk about it. It's the IPFS stuff. RPC data analytics. Developers are free to use PulseChain's public RPC for the application to choose to run their own RPC server. PulseChain launches GraphQL to provide general data analytics for the community. So yeah, graph.pulsechain.com. You've got HEX stuff. You got PulseX, V1, V2, the pairs graph, and the bridge graph. So yeah, it's kind of just, I'm trying to give you an example. So for example, I don't know if this is queries that I've made before or examples already here, but if we run this, this is just it's like a GraphQL query language that's I guess in JSON. I guess the response is JSON. I guess this is JSON too. It's like a JSON type language. Network here. Oh, do I need to refresh or try this again? Sorry, it's network issues today. Yeah. So if you run this, this is just like tell me all the stuff in the that you have in the database, or the different types and pieces. Don't mean a lot right there. But if we do something like, this is the pairs, I think this lists the pairs on PulseX, this query. Yeah, the ID, the name, reserve. It's just like the amounts and total supply. It'll go through, name a bunch of different pairs, bunch of pieces there, and then PulseX data. So this is, I guess these are like built-in defaults. This is daily volume. Let's see. Pair. I don't know which pair this is. So it's looking at swaps where the pair is this one. So I guess this is like showing you like the timestamp and the amounts and for the different swaps and pieces too. I'm just kind of clicking through. I don't remember seeing these. So pairs, ID, chain, total transactions. I guess it's going to give us the pairs on PulseX, different transactions, stuff like that. So actually I asked AI to build. I was like, give me some example queries on this. And it's like, would you like me to build a website? I'm like, okay, sure. And that's the power of being awesome. AI, pretty cool. So I'll drop Manus is like king. So cool. Drop the link in there if you want to check it out. Best AI tool I've ever seen in my life so far. So to give you an example, so it's got some live demo, and it's got top trading pairs. So this is the same query, and I could copy and I could put this in this one as well. So if we just go to like a new one and run this query, it'll give us the same data. But you can also just run query here, and give it to you in a nice little window and kind of sort it and make it look all nice. So volume, is this, how much is in the pair? How much dollar value, I guess? 2.85 million rep PLS USDC. And also the DAI pair as well, the different volume numbers for it. And you can go token search. So you gotta refresh it when I do this. Live demo, token search. And this is looking for, this is just PLS. It's just running PLS, and it's going to give me data on that. Okay, yeah. So this is just running where the symbol contains no case PLS. So it's going to pull up, wrap pulse. Is this the amount in liquidity pools, I guess? And number of transactions for that token. So wrap pulse, PLS, and PLSX here. And then what was the third demo? Recent swaps. Yeah, when I click it, I got to refresh. It's just like an AI demo deal. Recent swaps, and this is giving the first 5 swaps ordered by timestamp, descending direction, and then it's going to show the pair and the amount. Looks like. So this is wrap pulse to USDC, timestamp here. I guess the amount, transaction, all that fun stuff. So this is the power of, instead of like having to connect to the RPC and talk to the contract and ask all this data, subgraphs can be set up, and they can just index all this stuff, and people can set up servers and allow public to use it, make them private, make them public, all that stuff. So you can get analytics and data and stuff on PulseChain. So that's pretty cool. So you got subgraphs, you got some publicans here. There may be some private ones out there and stuff as well, but these are the ones from the official PulseChain. So I'm going to pause there just for a second and look at the questions and say hi to the chat real quick. So Lika says buy USDC for free, send to base for free, use LibertySwap to get PulseChain for pennies. Not about for free. I think there is some transaction costs there, but yeah, the idea is super cheap. Fastest way to get PulseChain. I believe it. It's pretty awesome. Luke asks, what are your thoughts on Communis? I've talked a little bit about Communis barely on the show. I typically, generally, my general answer is I like everything built on top of HEX. That incentivizes stuff. I did a bunch of research on Communis a while back, and I thought it was pretty neat, pretty cool incentivization. And I think you can only stake what you mint from your stakes. You can't like buy it off the market and stake too. There's some like interesting features like that. Does it incentivize 5555s? I can't remember, something like that. There's a coupon rate. There's the, I mean, a lot of people are super bullish on it. Hopefully at HEX week, I know Access talked about doing a Communis panel, so I'm sure we'll dive into it on HEX week, but a lot of people like it. And yeah, I like things built on HEX, so pretty cool. How valuable is it to HEX staking? Yeah, I don't have a good answer for you off the top of my head. So again, I would say come back HEX week, August 18th through 22nd, whenever the Communis panel is. I'm sure we will cover that, and probably more than once, and go in detail on it. So good question. Good question. Hi to everyone in the chat. Just looking for questions real quick too. Kong says subgraphs are intuitive. I like them, just a little difficult point betting. Yeah, they are kind of, every time I try to use one, I'm like, man, like, again, this is something, I'm in tech, like I can code, I've got all this background, and I still like look at it and I'm just like, it's very much for a computer to parse, and you gotta write some like human tools to make them make a lot of sense. Because if you're looking at raw data, it's just like, it's a little difficult just to get something from it. Comments coupon for HEX staking? Yes, that is, again, something we'll talk about in detail. If you search Communis, I'm sure you'll see all kinds of streams and content on it, but hopefully we'll have some new content on it coming up as well. All right, what else? Tomorrow, I think we do the deep dive tomorrow. I want to cover a lot of the ecosystem stuff. I want to cover mostly, we haven't talked about HEX much, but HEX is another, again, HEX is the token on PulseChain. It is got the biggest community. It's just, I mean, the inflation was cut a lot now, so everyone's like, oh, should I stake? Should I not stake? But HEX is pretty awesome. So if you go to hex.com, I did a HEX stream yesterday and talked a lot about different stuff with it. 10,000x in 2 years. Hopefully we're going to do another 10,000x. That's what we'd like to do. And if you click mine here, go to hex.com, give you like a little screenshot of what it looks like, and you can launch it there, or again, go to GoRealDeFi.com. Oh, I almost forgot to, what is do they list it here? What is the tool that lets you, oh man, I forgot the name of it, that gives you the downloadable, like the whole package. What is the name of that thing? Man, don't have it top of my head. It's something like portfolio. Chat, help me out. What is the name of you can download it? It does automatic updates for all the downloadable DeFi apps, all the official apps and stuff. What is the name of that thing? That dashboard, something dashboard. All right, PulseChain dashboard. Is that right? PulseChain dashboard. Let me try to find this. Yes. So even Richard tweeted about this a while back. So open source, it's been around, okay, for about 6 months. I thought it was longer than that. So this is a pretty cool, so PulseChain dashboard. What's the website? Is there like I thought there was another website. Just Google for PulseChain dashboard. I usually say don't Google for stuff. You connect your, I mean, I'm not going to connect any wallet to it, but let me just Google for PulseChain dashboard. Gotta be, it's like PulseChain dashboard.com or something, right? .link. There we go. .link. And is this like the online version? So I just did this for testing. Okay, so this is the online version of it. So on the online version, does it not download the apps then? Lunar Shard. Oh, there's a lot of cool stuff on PulseChain, by the way. Lunar Shard. A few different things that, like, again, there aren't forks of products that are just like different tools and utilities. This is where you can do decentralized file sharing. So lunarshard.limo, which is pretty cool. Yep. Oh, we haven't got to Pump.tires yet. We'll get to Pump.tires soon. I'm just wondering. So I guess if I go to desktop app, I guess it is here. Okay. Maybe it is here. So what's the latest? 6 commits, 1 branch. PulseChain dashboard. Okay. I'll put this link in the chat. Yes, thank you, KD. So this makes it a lot easier because one of the things that makes it hard with the PulseChain using the downloading the apps is, okay, when there's new releases, then you gotta download the new one if you want to use the latest one, and sometimes it matters more than other times. What's cool about the PulseChain dashboard is it has like automatic updates and stuff. I did a whole video, type in RHMax PulseChain dashboard. I think I did a demo and stuff on this, but it has automatic updates and stuff. So you can literally run your own code. You can run the apps. You can get the automatic version, the latest versions, all that stuff from your computer. Now I prefer online. I prefer IPFS. That's why I created Go Real DeFi. So I could just click this and it all looks nice and everything's in one place. So I like that. But if you like the downloadable version, you don't need to download each one. Again, this is tweeted by Richard. So this is a PulseChain dashboard, privacy focused. It's got a portfolio deal. It's got the different apps. It's got trading and all this stuff too. So pretty cool. And then what was the Luna Shard? Yeah, I'll drop this in here too. This is Luna Shard for file sharing. So decentralized file sharing on PulseChain as well. So did somebody put the SEC documents or something in here one time? I've seen them before. So they put the Constitution, I think. If you hit explore, let's see what's on here. It's on 424. I guess these are like the public ones. Yeah, 3 public files. So I think it just takes some gas, and you can upload stuff to the blockchain. Unstoppable code, decentralized. And this is the letter. That was the SEC saying that it does not intend to file an amended complaint. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Drop that in the chat as well. And this is just a website that can like read it and look at it for you too. So I like it. Decentralization, privacy, a lot of good stuff. Hopefully a lot of stuff coming as well. Anyways, back to HEX. HEX is cool. How to buy HEX. Let's see what it says on that. Get MetaMask, buy PLS. And then so this is how it's talking about buying HEX. Get MetaMask, buy PLS. And then there's all the ways to buy PLS on PulseChain.com. And then swap for HEX. So I think it's really underrated. I think this is all set up for a massive bull run in the ecosystem where everything just makes sense. Like right now, it's kind of like, oh, yeah, why can't I buy HEX directly? All this stuff. It really looks like from what HEX.com, PulseChain.com updates, all this stuff says, is it's funneling everyone to buy PLS, to get on PulseChain to buy PLS, and then buy other tokens. Even HEX is saying buy PLS first and then get HEX, because that's the easiest to get on the PulseChain. Once you have PLS, now you can make transactions. Now you can trade it for whatever else you want, or keep it or hold it or whatever. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's kind of like it makes a lot of sense. So you can imagine new people getting onboarded. They go to HEX.com. They're like, oh, cool, I got to buy PLS because that's what I need to use on PulseChain. And then I can swap it for HEX. And everything's getting funneled in the PulseChain. So it seems pretty clear. The message is funnel everything into PulseChain. And people buy PulseChain stuff and price go up and onboard people. And we can have a new class of Hexicans and Pulsekins and live happily ever after on the island of Hexaco in Hexaco waters. Pretty cool. So again, HEX is awesome. You can stake it, you can buy it, you can hold it. There's different products built on it. We're having a HEX week. So if you go, I'll drop this in the chat as well. HEX week coming up in under a month now, about three weeks or so. And the signups coming up this weekend. So do not miss that. And we'll talk a lot more about HEX then. So right now, there's a ton of content on what HEX is, and if you on Go Real DeFi, got so many tabs open. Where's Go Real DeFi? There's plenty of information here. Found out about it too. Plenty of playlists and stuff on the channel where I talk about it. If you want to look at projects again, we'll probably explore this more tomorrow. But there's a ton of different stuff on PulseChain as far as community stuff goes, covering most of the core stuff right now. And I'll cover Pump.tires as wrapping up today here in a second, but a ton of stuff on PulseChain. Super, super cool. So let's go back to .com, make sure we covered the three pieces here though too. So we got the charts, we got the price, we got the on-ramps, we got the bridge, we got the cross-chain swaps, how to connect to PulseChain wallets, how to interact with contracts and do all this stuff, how to get PulseChain on all the different places, bridging, PulseX, farming. Okay, here we go. Help the community tools. So PulseChain dashboard, literally right on the website. 0x Ghost on the website. HEX Scout, another awesome resource. You go there, you can check out a bunch of different HEX millionaires as well, or HEX millionaire or billionaires, I guess, including Godwell and all the other ones that have just a cool 50 million, 86 million net worth and stuff, who tend to have done benevolent actions for PulseChain in the past, and also locked up 14 years on average, which is pretty amazing on staking lists. So 5555 indeed. Pretty cool. So HEX Scout, super great website, portfolio tracker, staking, great place to onboard people if you want to learn more about HEX and how to do stuff there. So yeah, staking ladders. We got a ton of more HEX stuff coming up on that as well. I want to wrap up though with, so if we go back to PulseChain.com, and where is Pump.tires? Not listed here. Where should I go to? I go to stats. Where's Pump.tires? Is it on PulseX.com? Maybe it's on PulseX. Yeah. So stats, PulseChain.com, token launcher, Pump.tires, buy tokens, 0x Ghost. Pretty cool. So Pump.tires, put it in the chat as well. You guys like this? You like deep dive? I think it's pretty good. I think it's good for both. I think it's good for both new people, and it's something you can point them to for onboarding and stuff too. Like, hey, look, RHMax does how do all the things work on the Pulse chain and PulseX and all this stuff too. And also just reminder, like I said on the first part, I think you're probably going to learn something. I don't, this is a lot of information that I've acquired over a long period of time as well. And I don't know everything, but I know a lot of the resources in the community. So if you're watching, even as a community member, you may be thinking, oh, I haven't seen that before. That's an interesting way of looking at it. Or, oh, that's a good site I haven't seen before as well. So Pump.tires, literally, I'm not going to go through the process, but it is, you can create a coin. It's good for PulseChain. It could be good, or it's good for, I guess it's good for PulseChain because it burns. I'm just going to put it here. We'll read it quick. So good for PulseChain and could be good for PulseX if it graduates and starts buying and burning, all that stuff. I'm not going to read it all, but it's a pretty cool platform that of all the different ways to do meme coins, at least this one can do it in a way that if it's successful, it benefits the chain as well. So you can read about it, all the different stuff. Pretty interesting. Also search at the PulseX conference. There was a live launch. So RHMax, launching token live, Pump.tires. Yeah, by Pedro. So this is a really good video. Recommend you watch it if you're interested in Pump.tires. He launched a token live at the conference. Pretty cool. He goes through and talks about it and different stuff. So it's under 15 minutes. Super easy, consumable video, entertaining as well if you like to see token launches. So that's another cool thing that PulseChain has, just like Pump.fun, but Pump.tires. And I think it's more beneficial to the chain. I would say it's got more fundamentals than the Solana version of it. So that's Pump.tires. What else? What do we have any other questions? Yeah, let me know. I'm gonna wrap up here in like 2 minutes. Any other questions And if not, tomorrow we'll go into more stuff. Gonna probably have a few people on, a few people on tomorrow. But PulseChain's awesome. PulseX is awesome. Yeah, 0.29% fee that users pay on every swap. Less than SushiSwap, Trader Joe, QuickSwap, Uniswap. 76% of all trading fees can be distributed to liquidity providers. 29% can be used to buy and burn. PulseX, reducing supply over time. 0.01% of a trader's value goes to address you must have no expectations of. Ooh, I love the highlighting. Highlights in green too. That's pretty cool. So PulseX has lower fees. Most liquidity in PulseChain only becomes more rare. Bullish. Bullish. Look at 33. How's it going? Will you talk about farming and LQ? What's LQ? Liquidity? Liquidity on PulseX? I talked about it on part 1. If you have specific questions, you can ask tomorrow though, or quickly if you're still there, because I'm wrap up here and very, very quickly. But I talked about a little bit about farming today and liquidity and stables and stuff too. So let me know if you have any quick questions. Otherwise, part 3 tomorrow around 3 p.m. EST. And we'll talk more stuff. But wealth information on here. Really, really cool. I mean, this is all set up to be super, super bullish. So I'm very, very excited about it. And at least I hope now you have the fundamentals of a little bit on the dev side, a little bit about how PulseChain works, its origins, PulseX. Again, we'll get into more HEX on HEX week. But if you want to learn about HEX, there's a ton of no shortage of videos, my channel and everyone else's. Hexscout.com is an excellent resource for that. On Go Real DeFi, I'll also say go to stats. So I'll just put the link in here. So Go Real DeFi navigation stats, or I'll post the link here. This is a collection of a ton of different PulseChain and HEX stats and charts and metrics and all the different pieces, a lot of stuff you may or may not have seen before as well. And a lot of great sites out there. Hexmodel.com, don't forget about Hexmodel. Don't forget about T-Share Data. Don't forget about look into Hedron.com. Come on. Let's when Hedron, maybe looking Hedron's not Sloth didn't update the handle description or something. I gotta tell them about that. So good to click that one. Now we know. PulseChain Wiki. There's go.pulsechain.com also that has a bunch of go PulseChain.com. Has a bunch of stuff on there. It's pretty cool. Let me message Sloth about the thing. And if we do, yeah, they got some pretty cool stuff here too. So you got to learn about Richard Hart. Like, who is Richard Hart? Yeah, if you want to learn about the founder, there's that. This is pretty cool. There's also richardhart.cc. So this is a copy. His official website is not up right now, but this is a clone of that website. So you can still see, you got to see him install a day and talk about making the world a better place, all kinds of really fun stuff. There's also, where's the influencer thing? They have a community. Oh, the power rankings. They also have power rankings of different influencers. If you're looking for who to follow or who makes content or different people in the community, they have different power rankings for YouTube and X and stuff like that. So check it out, see who's making a lot of content in the community. See a lot of people out there that are creating content around PulseChain, all that fun stuff. So you check that out. But I think I'm going to wrap up there. I think that is all I'm going to do for part 2, and probably go for part 3 tomorrow, like I said. So come back by if you want. Hope it's helpful. And Scivive 5555. We are out.